Right.
I'm like, I can peek. Hi.
Yeah, I can see him. I kept going the wrong way. I'm like, where am I?
I know. These darn cameras.
Yeah, that's funny how it does. It shows the video in the center for us. But it looks like it's fills up the whole screen on the thing. So, but hey, welcome to into the first week of the Kickstarter.
I know, and we're doing well. Look at that, 17, 16, 48 backers. How awesome!
Hey, we're funded, which means
We
all
are
you guys
funded.
watching that haven't supported us, get on there now. You know you're going to get an issue now.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, great. Over the weekend, we went made the goal and then added a little bit on top. I've had some good feedback already from some people and a nice wide range too. We've already got some England and some France, some of our friends up north in Canada. So it's always good to see that.
Very good.
No.
Also, we're moving along with that, and we've already got our next Kickstarter in the works too, which will be coming in April. So we're working on that. We'll give some updates on that later on today. Hey, I'm talking. I hear me.
Yeah. I was sharing the link on my phone.
That was future Scott.
Yeah. Sharing on my phone, and the thing went off. And like, hey, so speaking of which, with Crimson Shadows 2, Scott, you got to put me on for the Dropbox. I'm not listed.
It says you are on there.
I didn't see it when I pulled it up today, so double check it.
All right. Yeah, your name's listed on it. So maybe the invite didn't get accepted. We'll see. I will do that.
I will have to find out. Yeah, I see where I'm on for Poe, for Poe 2 promo, and then for the first one we did. But I didn't see anything for the folder, so
I will check it
because I want to definitely check out because we're going to get a great Kickstarter going next after this with the Crimson Shadows 2.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun to work on. I think I just finished page 12. I keep a list. I just finished 22.
22.
So I'm working on 23 now. So only 5 pages left. So
yeah, and I've been talking with Shara. She's going to be handling the flats, which is going to be awesome. So we'll share. I'll share that later on. What flats look like for those who don't know, because I just finished the flats for my Crimson Shadows 2 Unlimited Edition cover. So we'll post that up so you can see. But so I've just got to get the files transferred to her. That's one annoying thing about Dropbox. I don't quite understand it. I pay for all this extra storage. I add her to it, but on her end, she doesn't have enough memory in her account. If I'm paying for the storage,
it shouldn't matter.
It shouldn't matter.
But it does. It did the same thing to me, so I had to upgrade mine to the 2 terabyte. And
but Dropbox, that's BS. That's a BS move. If I'm paying for the storage, they should be able to come in and get it.
Right.
Now, if they want to save it into their own accounts, that's different. But if they're using my account, anyways.
I know there's a way around that. I just have to remember what it is.
Yeah. It's called use a different service. So that's what we're working out now. We're either going to have to use Google or WeTransfer or one of those other ones to get the files to her. So we're just working on that right now.
Yeah.
But anyways, if I have to, I'll send them one email at a time through Gmail.
Well, actually, if you put them in a zip folder, you can send her a link to download it.
There you go.
I did that with some photos from my trip last month.
Okay. That'll be good. Well, we got her on board for the flats. We've got Sean Forney, who's got an awesome cover for Poe Macabre issue 2 here. Actually, he's got 3 covers technically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. There's the Sean Forney exclusive.
Yeah.
Love it.
And then I saw the red metal limited cover. You can see it right here. It's
gone.
No longer available.
Ooh.
I think out. Nope, you're right. Even all covers are gone, and
that was an extremely limited run. You only have what, 10?
Yeah. So, well, Scott, those are insanely expensive. So I'm like, well, I'll limit it to 10. So, 8 went up for people, and one's mine, one's Sean's.
I think. What did I do for Wretched Realms? I think I did 25 or 20 for the medals, and they still went really well.
Yeah. So
I only have a couple left.
I wanted to keep it as a obviously it took off well. So maybe for the next book, I'll do a bigger print run. But
let's see what we got here. What did I do? I'm trying to remember. I'm looking it up right now.
I did just the metal cover because it is too cool. I couldn't pass it up.
So I did a limited run of 30 for the medals for Books. And I think 20 of them went, and I think I only have like 10 left. So that was really nice. And then for this one, I originally did the metal cover, but then I upgraded to all 4 covers. I'm like, I don't want just the one. I want them all. So I did them all. So
yeah, I loved what Sean did for the cover. So
he does such great work.
And then I saw what you did with the metal, so I'm like, that was just amazing. It looked great in black and white. So I thought about doing the black and white Forney cover in metal. Then I'm like, you know what? I bet this would look awesome in red. And like red's and on the metal, we do a lot of the metal prints for other stuff. And red is one of those colors that just looks amazing on metal. It just really pops. So I'm like, it's the Telltale Heart. I'll have a little bit of fun with that. And I tweaked some colors, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
I like that you did the blue heart, though.
Yeah, I left the contrast, and I'm like, well, I wanted something to be different. So even on the black and white cover, I left the heart red. So I'm like, I'm going to flip that. I like the aesthetic of it, and it's all about me. So, I liked it, so that's what's going to happen.
And Kevin's giving insights to his dating life. Enough about you. Let's talk about me. What do you think of me?
Just ask Brandy. Yeah.
And another nice thing about this is the add-ons. Kevin has a lot of add-ons on here, so even if you can't get the metal cover, you can get Crimson Shadows 1 with the covers he worked on. One is his solo cover. One is him and Brett Pinson together on a cover. So that's really cool. We got Poe Macabre Master number 1 available.
No, mine's not listed on here.
I don't think I did. I think it's just
no, it's on the add-ons.
Yeah.
No. Down in the bottom corner here, that would be just his. Ours are very similar.
Yeah.
I did it with the female victim.
Yep, you're right.
And and then Kevin inked that one. But if people want it, I've got some here, and you can always just message me.
Yeah, I thought about at that point. I'm like, I didn't know how many would be too many to add, so I'm like, well, I'm going to add everyone that I did. So, but the add-ons have been wonderful. I want to say at least 50% of the 48 backers have had add-ons.
Nice.
At least half. It's right at that 50-50 mark. So people are really taking it to their advantage to customize their the reward to exactly what they want. So
well, I talked to a guy I know last week, and he ordered on his phone while he was working and said that he went and got it. I don't know if he did any add-ons, but I told him, I said, you can get issue 1. I said, you don't need issue 1 to read issue 2, but you definitely want to read the stuff in issue 1 because it was fantastic stories in that too. So.
Yeah, and one of the reward packages, if you just want the Poe Macabre Master series, you can get issue 1 and 2, only $20. There's limited to 20 total rewards. Right now, there's 16 left. So, and those are going to start going quick now that the higher level ones are starting to run out.
Yeah, so, I think you'll start seeing some of the other ones start to go. One of the big packs. I can't remember. I think the Bardstone pack. Someone got the retail pack. I think we got one of those. Yep,
we got one of those. We have one left.
Yeah, so that was nice. I love seeing that. That's actually one of my favorite things to see. Because on my last Kickstarter, and I think on Wretched Realms, we had a couple of people do retail packs. So it's great to see someone want to buy that many copies of it. Now, if they're using it, who knows what they're doing with them, but hey, they're buying them. So.
If you're willing to buy that many copies, you can do what you want with them.
That's right.
You can resell them, you can burn them, you can use them as wallpaper, whatever you
want to do, right?
Yeah, we've got the red original art available too. Is that on here?
Yep, it's keep going. It's there somewhere.
There it is. Okay, there it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
So that's available, $65. You get a digital copy issue 2, you get an issue number 2 exclusive cover unsigned, and then the original artwork. So that's a fantastic deal for $65. I'm shocked nobody's jumped all over that yet.
I'd buy that for $1.
Yeah, right.
I love that one.
That's one of the only original pieces from the whole story. The only other all the actual stories I laid out with like quick pencil sketches, and as you guys know, when you're doing all the digital, you can do quick little pencil sketches and like take a photo of it with your phone and throw it over onto the Cintiq, and then you just use that as your quick outline. So I'm very rough on the pencils, and then I finish everything in the inking. So all I need is a good basic outline of what I want to happen, and the rest is digital. So I found out the other day I did some sketching on Friday night for some of the 4x6s for the early bird. We had 15 of those, so everyone gets a free sketch. So I was doing some sketches, and it's quick when you realize like I haven't actually drawn on paper and pen in probably 2 months.
I know. It takes a drawing or two to. It doesn't take long, but it does take a couple drawings to really slip back in the flow and be like, okay, I got the feel back.
Right. Yeah. So that was fun. I'll keep doing that. So sometime this week I'll do some more sketches. And, you can still get some sketches. It's one of the add-ons. I think for only $8, you can get a 4x6 sketch for which I think let's see what
right
was
here.
There you go. Yeah, so I did some on last Friday when I was just doing some sketches.
So these sketches are the characters of your choice, correct?
Yep. These are just some characters from the books. There's one of the lovely mermaids from Brett's story.
Nice.
Yes, yeah. It's the good old Grim Reaper / always fun to do. I got one of Red. I got from the Telltale Hearts. And Hellboy. But
if you request Hellboy, I think Kevin will do it. Kevin loves Hellboy.
Yeah, I always slip in like every time I do those live drawings, like the last one's like, I'm gonna draw Hellboy. It's just, like one of my favorite things to draw. So
yeah. We all have those go-to characters where we can just put our mind on autopilot and just enjoy the drawing process.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And it's just great to it was great to sketch again. And and I was talking when I was doing it, just like, oh my God, it's so odd. Like you said, after like the second sketch, I'm like into my mode where I think I'm at a convention and I'm talking to someone on the other side of the table, and I miss that so much, and I don't do a lot of sketching at shows anymore, but when I do, it's fun to have that conversation while you're doing some sketches and you're talking to the person, getting to know them, and it's a great connection. So this is a nice substitute. Kickstarter is the closest thing we have to conventions, but it isn't a complete replacement. I really am hoping for,
Well, once we get back out, we can actually start seeing people that don't normally frequent the Kickstarters. It gives us a chance to promote the stuff we've been working on this last year, and then get them to follow us on that. I mean, we see that through some of the other people we see do Kickstarters, as they're at shows promoting stuff they've already done, and then watch my new one, and you see that build from there. So
yeah, it's going to be so amazing. When I was sitting here kind of organizing the office a little bit, and I'm looking at my like long boxes of our books. Like I have a long box of our books.
Yeah, isn't that nice?
It's insane. From the last time we did a convention to the next one we do is going to be such a night and day difference for everyone that comes to our tables. Hopefully they like it. But it's going to be a drastic change, and one I'm so excited about.
Very good. So I'm going to throw out a little challenge here. If you're watching tonight, right now, it's 7:15 here. We're going to be on until 8 o'clock. If you do a pledge of $20 or more, I'm going to do a quick 4x6 type drawing like Kevin's doing, and I'll mail it out to you for with as an added part to your reward. So I'll show you an example here. I'll show you some of my 4x6 cards for Crimson Shadows. These aren't the ones I'm mailing out here, but I'll draw some of his Poe characters, little 4x6 type sketches here. So if you do a pledge of $20 or more, and tonight,
and comment in our comment section here.
Yep, let us know that you've done it, and then I'll send through the Kickstarter, I'll send you a message to get your mailing address, and I will mail you the 4x6 card. So I will do that.
Awesome.
So, but $20 or more, it's got to be during this. So by 8 p.m. Eastern time, February 24th. Did I get all the asterisks in there?
Yeah, 2021. You know,
we really want to get above that 2,000 and get some rewards out there. So, so do that, and we will get that out.
Yeah, because we got the we're almost to the stretch goal.
Yeah, first stretch goal is within reach. So if we get to that, or when we get to that $2,000 mark, everybody that has a physical reward is going to get a 4x6 print of Sean Forney's fantastic art, a virgin cover, if you want to say, with none of the wording. Just a great image that you get that print for free. So everybody that has a physical reward will get that additional print for free to reach the $2,000 mark.
Nice.
And then we got the 2,500.
2,500, we have another one of Red, one of my favorites. And then for 3,000, I'm 90% sure what that is going to be, but still, it will be revealed, if you noticed, not reveled.
Yep.
Yeah, shortly, hopefully. So, yeah, but,
very cool.
Yeah, it's I couldn't be happier right now. I mean, again, it's just great to have the support from everybody, and for all the books, we've been very blessed, very fortunate to have some great fans that have followed us through this whole journey. And I'm so excited to be able to get these books out to people and hear their feedback, but also just to write and draw these stories and work with you guys on this. This has been such a great adventure, and it's like it took so many years of just kind of like force ourselves into this. It took a pandemic, but again, this is the good thing that happened from it is we got to create these great books, and it's been a real pleasure to be able to work on these series. This work with Sean on this. I'm looking forward on the next book. I'll have Shara doing some stuff on the next book for myself also. I already have an artist lined up for a cover for the next issue. More than likely, I'm going to spend more money than I wanted because I like everything he sent me. So I might have multiple covers.
That's good. That one, you're working on that. I'm working on Crimson Shadows 2. Crimson Shadows 3 is actually written. I've not started yet. The Essential issue 1, I actually started writing this past week here. So the outline is done for half of it. The other half is in progress, and I'm moving forward on getting that written. So I have some plans as far as hoping certain artists will be available. That one I might do a little bit more hands-off approach. Help keep that moving while I keep Crimson, so I can work on Crimson Shadows 3. So we got multiple projects in the works here, and it's exciting.
Yeah.
It's so much fun, and it's such a different working on Crimson Shadows is a different vibe than doing my own thing and or any of the other books. So it's so great to have that breakup of different styles, but also stories. It's for me, both are kind of, horror, but, it was great just to be able to do the coloring on the Wretched Realms and work with Sergio on that. And that was awesome. But the experiences have been great, and it's really helping grow. I feel like I've grown artistically, but also it's just great after all these years. I really feel proud of what we've done. And I think I've already said it 3 times. I just can't wait to get out to some of the conventions and and put the books in some people's hands. And
Yeah.
Well, and it's funny as it was a year ago. We were at the Great Lakes Comic Con or Comic Expo, which is the last show we all did,
right.
And we were talking about Bardstone at that point. And it was funny. It was
Yeah.
like, yeah, we should do that this year. We should, and like I said, we were kind of forced into it because, like, okay, nowhere to go. We're all stuck. Those of us worked, but pretty much can't go anywhere. We couldn't travel or do anything. And
Right.
and Kevin's like, well, I got Poe Macabre, so let's just throw that out there and get it going. And now we've gone through the Crimson Shadows and Wretched Realms. We're back to Poe Macabre. We'll get some more Crimson Shadows. We'll get some new Boomtown stuff out this year.
Yep.
So we're getting a whole lot of mix of stuff out, which is really building this whole library we have. I can't wait to be set up at a show. I'm excited to have all these books set up.
We got some awesome banners that we got with the different titles. They're going to look sweet all set up. Can't wait for it. If COVID ever ends.
You're getting some good. There's some good feedback, not feedback. Good, at least situations happening that's pointing to at least the possibility. And right now, it looks like the earliest that we'd have anything is July.
Maybe, I don't know.
I know there's supposed to be a couple shows happening between now and summertime in Florida. I'm waiting to see exactly what happens. There's been a couple that have happened, small ones.
Yeah.
And that. So I got information on South Carolina for April, and they're doing one. They're allowed 50% capacity. They're going to go 40%. I don't have a table there. I was supposed to be there last year, and I canceled it and had a refund just for the fact that even if COVID had done like they said, where a 14-day shutdown, we would all been fine. And they started back up in the summer. It wouldn't have worked because of San Diego. But they're going to have in April. I know T-24 is hoping to be there. They're scheduled, but with the limited crowd and the cost, I don't think it's effective for me to be there this year, but I'm hoping to go there next year.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be the other factor of what's going to be worth traveling to if it's going to be that much of a limited attendance. But
yeah.
We might as well chalk up that San Diego is not going to happen. But
they already announced WonderCon is going to be virtual again this year. I assume San Diego is going to go virtual as well. They'll announce that probably in the next month or so.
Which means nothing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but really? Come on.
The only thing is, got a lot of people that were watching online, but nobody made a buzz about it.
As a vendor, it was nothing.
Yeah. Well, that's
it was a non-event.
Yeah. So I think it's just I think we do better with our videos here with everybody watching us live. Right. We do the Kickstarters and things like that. So
well, and the replacement for that is the good thing. Our good friend Jesse Noble's Gem City is going to be the same weekend as what should be San Diego. So it's much more a possibility of being able to go down to Dayton and do his show in July. And I think that's actually fairly safe. I'm really marking that on the calendar. That might be the first show. For me, I'm actually signed up to do the one in Louisville. Louisville? No. Where's the Grand Ole Opry? Not Louisville, but Nashville. I'm scheduled to do Nashville on Memorial Day weekend. So that was postponed from last year. So if that actually happens, that would actually be the first show for me. And then after that, I think everything's pushed back. You look in July, some August, but then September, October is like everything. So that's going to be
here in the Midwest. The Fanboy Expo is expanding to Columbus and Indiana, and there's gonna be a lot of them that are gonna be stacked on top of each other. So it's just gonna be tight this year. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Gem City. It's always been a great show. Great fans come out there, and then we've got Cincinnati in September.
Yeah.
So we're locked into that one already. We are already locked into Akron for that to happen. They'll announce that in the next month, they said, in November. And you just got to figure out a couple other shows. See about Indiana and Tampa. And so we could have some shows for everybody to come out and see us at. So.
Yeah, hopefully Tampa. I'd love to be able to make it to Tampa this year. Indiana is in October.
Columbia is calling.
I know, right? Indiana's in October, so I think that's actually fairly safe. Honestly,
Well, if the numbers they're holding up are saying for the amount of people they say they need to have with the vaccine for things to open up, they should have the shots available by summertime. So
now I'm looking on a Comic-Con list. Cherry Capital Con is still listed on this calendar for May 28th through 30th. Is that?
I haven't seen anything on that. I usually get an email or two, and I haven't seen anything, so I don't know if they're having it yet.
I'm visiting their official site. Let's see what their official site says. It's loading. It's thinking. Come on. Oh, it's doing some kind of redirecting. Curse you! Let me find them just this way then. Cherry Capital Con. Do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Next, if Motor City happens, it's going to be end of the year.
Yeah.
I have a feeling Motor City's not going to happen this year, only for the fact that so much is happening in the fall. I think they know that it would be just a cluster. And I'm hoping that they'll wait till next year, just for the fact that, one is the facility's not even going to be ready until sometime in the summer, and I expect it's going to get booked out by a couple of the bigger shows. So.
Well, let's see. 2020 canceled. It looks like it's still going on for 2021. According to the website, they have a countdown: 92 days, 21 hours, 32 minutes, 17 seconds.
That still might be wishful thinking, but hey, if the possibility is still there, a lot of these.
I wonder if they have spots open. Let's see. Curious now. To be revealed soon.
Phoenix announced today that they're not doing the show this year. They're planning on doing one in January in Phoenix of 2022.
Okay.
Which, that show's been kind of off for the last couple of years, but January, Phoenix,
So they're not saying it's sold out. I wonder if we should check into Cherry. It's a great show.
Yeah.
They put on an awesome show.
Yeah, I was checking their Facebook to see if they have anything listed. If they've updated that. They got a few postings from Top Comics and stuff like that up there.
And their official website still has the countdown going, and it still says May 28th through 30th, 2021. Interesting.
Might be worth
Hey, Rob, if you're watching, call us.
Give us a call.
We're interested. I'm definitely interesed.
That'd be great.
Usually, the problem I always have with them is that usually it's there's so many shows out there. Usually, we'll be booked for another show, and then it conflicts with their show. And I've only had a couple years over the last 5 years or so where an opening happened where it's like, oh, I can actually go to this one, So, definitely something to look into.
Yeah, so, it'd be great. And you said the Upper Peninsula area was always a little more open, right?
Well, that's changing.
Who knows?
It was more open last summer when our governor wanted to go up to her home up there.
Right.
And her husband wanted to get his boat out and go on.
So as long as she has a planned trip, then it's open.
Yeah.
Right. Plan around.
Nobody can dispute that because that was all over the.
Maybe that's why. So. Maybe that's why they know it's going to happen. Maybe they looked at her schedule and saw something planned.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, we're safe. We're safe.
It was Memorial Weekend last year. She opened things up north there because nothing was happening, and then all of a sudden, the numbers are bad up there now. We got to shut it down come October.
And wasn't her daughter getting married or something?
Oh yeah,
they had something with the daughter.
Yeah, they had a graduation party, I believe it was.
That was and everything got opened, and then it shut when the graduation party was done. But we were talking about Crimson Shadows too and stuff. I just wanted to give a peek at this is the cover in progress for issue 2. This is the one I'm doing for the unlimited edition. Right now, this is what's called the flats. So it's just the flat colors. I'm working on shading and highlights and light sources and all that now. So this is a little peek of what issue 2's unlimited edition cover is going to look like. And we talked about how Shara does the flats. Well, this is what it looks like when Shara's done. And it's a vital role. It's a time-consuming process doing all this. So the flatter is so important.
It's probably half the coloring process.
Oh yeah, easily.
Time-wise, it's half.
I would even go as far as for me personally, the way I do mine, it's probably 80% of the work. once I have them laid out, like, while the other half, it's half the work, but time commitment, I think it's 80%. And then once I have those, I can grab the color to create a mask. And so when I'm doing my shading, I can have it blocked in nicely and be very fast with my highlights and lowlights and everything in between when I do it that way. So it's a huge time saver having a great flatter, and Cher is awesome. So appreciate all the work she's doing. But on this one, I did it myself just to keep things moving, because I want something to promote for when Crimson Shadow is ready to launch. So I'm like, I better get my cover done. So I still have to finish. I have the epilogue to do. Pages 1 through 28 are done for the main story for pencils. I still have to do the epilogue where we're going to get an introduction to Frankenstein. Yes. He's going to be joining the Crimson Shadows universe. So we want to thank Frankenstein for his for him agreeing to join us.
It's Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Yes.
We lost the great Cloris Leachman here a few weeks ago.
That's right.
Yeah, she passed away. I just watched one of her last things. I watched the Croods 2 the other night.
Oh, okay.
And she did the voice of the grandma, and I swear that I she was like 93, but she was around for so long. I think she was actually 193. I mean, you could probably put her in Crimson Shadows and she, as a young woman, because that's what how old Cloris Leachman was.
Right.
She was probably there. We need to put in some more. We need some. If we could get permission to use Frau Blucher, if someone knows Mel Brooks, let us know.
Yep. But yeah, it's been fun. The fun part about Crimson Shadows, we're taking these characters that are well known, who are part of the public domain, and bringing them into our universe. But we're doing it in a way where we're trying to stay true to the origin story. So Frankenstein, for instance, if you read the original Frankenstein, that's going to be the origin story for our character. We're not going to alter that. And we're projecting, where did this character go after the story?
Right.
And that's what we're doing here. Same with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. We're going to have plague doctors and all these awesome, great characters and real life people who existed at the time, all entering into this universe as it unfolds. So it'll be fun, I think. It'll be a fun ride.
Not reimagining the characters per se as far as the stories. Obviously designed, but more of a continuation of the existing stories.
Yeah, we want to honor the original writings, because just as Kevin has done with Poe here, he's taken the original writings and he's putting a modern twist to it, but he's honoring the original. If you read our books and get inspired to read the originals, that'll make us very happy, because so many people like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, for instance. When I read it, I didn't realize I never read it. Like, I thought I knew the whole story and everything, and when I read it, I'm like, oh wow, that went way different than I thought. And as I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? Everything I know about this is just through pop culture.
Right.
And here it is, this 100-plus-year-old story, and I was shocked by the ending. It's like, wow. So it made me start thinking, like with Frankenstein, and talking to Kevin about the original Frankenstein story, I started realizing I didn't know the full Frankenstein story.
Yeah. Everyone always thinks of the movie.
Right.
Which is completely different. But
exactly. So we want to, when we were kind of talking this through about Crimson Shadows and how we bring these characters in, it's like, what if we just keep their origin stories the same, and just where are they now? And this is just their point in their journey. They're entering into our universe. But if you want to read the original books, read them, and hopefully we'll have time to actually readapt them with our artwork. So that's what we want to do. But I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, it's great to always take these things, especially for me being a love of all the classic monsters. So it's like a kid in the candy store for me. I absolutely love it. You can't ask for a better subject matter. Plus, again, most people are familiar with the stories, so You know, you don't have to be a huge fan of horror. They're good stories, and if you like comics and arts and or anything along that lines, there's something in each of the books that someone's gonna like or enjoy.
Mhm.
So,
I agree. Good stuff. So take advantage of our offer here. I'm going to $20 or more by 8 p.m. Eastern time here. So there's 24 minutes or so left. I'll do a 4x6 sketch and send it your way, but they'll be after the Kickstarter ends. So you squirrely people out there who like to make pledges and then cancel, you're going to have to keep the pledge and have it funded. But I will keep notes. People. Yes, you know who you are. There's people out there who do that. And they put a giant bid, and then all of a sudden, last minute, they disappear.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it does happen, and for some people, it is for legitimate reasons. But there are some people who I've noticed patterns now that I've done multiple Kickstarters.
Yeah, I have seen that, but
we'll give them all the benefit of the doubt. I'm sure it wasn't squirreliness or shenanigans.
Well, one of you guys had someone actually comment and apologize they had to cancel it because they just were broke.
Well, and that's there are legitimate reasons, and if that's the case, that's fine.
Especially now. I mean,
I've had some though who were, I believe, just trying to get self promotion, and then all of a sudden they disappear or knock it down to $1, and it's like, okay, you got me to donate to yours.
Uh-huh.
And then
that falls into my rule I have at Comic-Cons too. When someone comes and wants to do what we call it, they try to do a trade. You know, I'll trade you my work for your work. No, you're welcome to buy my work, and if I want to buy your work, I will.
Yes.
So I always treat it like that, and there's a lot of times it's because I've had people come up and they go, "I want to trade for your comic," and they have something they printed at home, just folded in half with a staple in the middle. I'm like, yeah, mine I spent big money on. You probably didn't even use your printer. We probably used somebody else's.
Now I will. There were some rare occasions where I did that, where like somebody one time brought a sketch card, and it was a full color sketch card they drew of a Rancor. It was like a sophisticated Rancor monster. He had a little monocle on and a top hat and a little bow tie, and it just made me laugh. I'm like, you know what? I'll do the trade because it was actually a cute, fun gift, and you could tell they actually worked on it. So I'm like, you know what? I'll do it.
Well, so, I've done that too, where you can, someone. But I'm going to get somebody. So I go, well, I want your stuff too. So we just figure out the pricing, and here's what you get for this price. You get that, and go from there. We got Sean Forney chiming in. Hey, Sean.
Sean Forney's in the house.
Sean. I'll be joining Sean and Rodney tomorrow on their podcast at 8:30. So
nice.
Oh,
nice.
Fantastic!
They have a fun show. It's their. Yeah. Is it their Thursday night SmackDown? Is that what it is? What is it? Throwdown.
Throwdown. Yeah.
Thursday night Throwdown.
I'll just be watching the Throwdown happening and spewing Poe tidbits. So, but
we joined in for I think Wretched Realms. We did hung out with them, and it was great. I love watching. I pop on once in a while and see what they're drawing, and they do it. I like to do it. They do a Thursday night and a Friday night. Sketch off.
I know, but they're like after 7 p.m., so I'm tired and falling asleep.
Throw down, he says.
That's right.
Yeah, I know. She's like 8:30. Does that work for you? I'm like, yes. Brandy's like 8:30. What the hell are you doing?
Might as well stay out till 2 a.m. now.
Exactly right.
Yeah, we
ruined the whole night. It's like, wait, okay. Like, you're staying in the Oasis the entire night. You're not waking me up. I'm like, all right.
It's hilarious. I was at breakfast yesterday morning, which is nice to actually go out, and waitresses were behind us talking about going out and partying Friday and Saturday night and still going to work in the morning. I'm going, God, I remember that in my 20s a long time ago. So, oh yeah, old timers. Like,
old timer, yeah.
Sorry, we're up at like 5 a.m. to head to work.
yeah. I was in the office. I got up at 5. I was here by 6:45. And working on both real estate and comics at the same time. I had one screen with one and trying to get everything done.
That's my normal mornings. Yeah. I remember
That's
back
the
in the
thing.
day.
That's why we do well traveling together too. We're all such early risers, and we all go to bed. So it's funny, like when we do the shows where like Sean and them want to meet downstairs, and it's like, but it's like 9 o'clock. Shouldn't we be in pajamas? What?
Everyone's like getting late to the show. We had to get breakfast. I'm like, we were outside waiting for the restaurant to open in the morning.
Well, we have
We're
to.
knocking on the door.
If we don't get to the Breakfast Club at 7 a.m., we're not getting in.
That's right.
Yeah,
Well,
we get the early risers.
Thankfully, I got Connie at the shows with me too, because then I'll usually hang out at the room with her because we'll both just be like, "That's too late."
Oh yeah, it's been just Scott and Mom and I, and I'll wake up in the morning. They let me sleep a little bit, and I still wake up probably like a half hour after they've already left and gone downstairs to have a cup of coffee. And
Right. Yeah, I'm almost the late sleeper when we're all together, and that's pretty crazy for me.
So I was like, that's how we tell Lisa. That's what she said. Yes, it is.
Oh yes. We haven't played. We gotta get that. Do we have the drop of Lisa saying, "I don't know what's going on"?
Oh, I'm sure I've got it somewhere.
That was so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my
That
God.
was that Motor City Comic Con?
Yeah,
yeah,
we all
we did,
stopped by the studio.
Went to the studio. I miss Dominic. We gotta find Dominic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got stuff going on. They did come out with their books.
Yep.
And I know that you've seen post from his mess bucket, so we'll have to have him on sometime.
Yeah, the Rodney the Piper book was really good. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was him and Eric did a great job with that. Great story, great art. It was wonderful.
Definitely. She had Warner crying. Yep.
Back in the day, I remember the rule was if you were still awake at 3 o'clock, you just stayed awake and went to work.
Yeah.
Didn't matter. Just stay up through the whole thing. No point going to sleep at 3 and getting up at 6 to go to work. You just stay up and go.
Yeah.
I remember those days. That doesn't happen anymore at all.
Oh God, can't do it anymore.
Nope.
So if you're tuning in, what are we on the air for here? Well, we're talking about Poe Macabre Master, issue number 2 by Kevin Meinert there, who's on the bottom panel. Feel like the Brady Bunch. We got the panels. You got to look down at each other. There you go. But let's see. Well, you got some interior pages on your the Kickstarter, right? Let's share some of those.
Yeah, there's some sneak peeks of each of the stories. I don't want to give too much away, but I wanted to.
Want me to do it, Brett? There, let's add it. Oh, where is it? There it is. Yep. Is that me or yours? Is it?
That's mine.
That's you. Okay.
Yeah. That's me. So what do you want to look at?
See some of the pages, the interiors, so people can see what's on the inside.
It's about halfway down.
There you go. Telltale Heart. There we go.
Some of the Telltale Heart, the first couple pages. Great story. Love that. I love
the look.
Yeah, it's a complete different twist. So when you're in what I would call present and you're getting told a story by our main character, and then you have the flashback scene, and I wanted to have that like eerie feeling. So everything's true to the original writings of Poe. Even for the most part, 99% of what's being said is directly from the book, just adapted to be more first person. Until you get to the last page, which is a little bit of the twist to the whole story. But I wanted to go with a different style for each of them, and it looks a little dark on there, but it's gorgeous. It came out really well. Dream Within a Dream, the story that Brett wrote, that's the last page, so it's a little bit of a reveal, but I
believe it's a story more about the journey than the destination.
Correct. So, yeah, and I think Brett's absolutely right, because that just makes you want to go like, well, how did that dude end up there? Like, because he's not really fighting. He's just kind of like, all right, whatever. So how did he get in that predicament? And
I want to know, when did Daryl Hannah stop being vegan?
I know, right? A girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. So
yeah.
And then we have Annabelle Lee, which is illustrated by the great Jay Fife.
I miss Jay.
Yes.
We've been trapped in Michigan for so long.
So Jay did the pencils for that, and I did the colors, much more like a watercolor. A fun, completely different style for me. El Dorado, a little more cartoony, all my style. Kind of fun to do something a little bit different. We got The Sleeper, which is a great story, and then of course everyone knows Lenore.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's all the stories. The main story in the book is the Telltale Heart, so that's a good hunk of the book right there. But
would you say that's probably the most famous writings he has? Is Telltale
I think
Heart?
the Telltale Heart, the Raven,
Raven.
Are the two like top two. Those are the ones everybody's going to know.
So I learned today in Port Huron, Michigan, there is a bar dedicated to. It's called the Raven Cafe. I've never been there. I'm gonna
Road trip.
put it up on, I'll put it up on the screen here. So next time you're coming for your work to Troy, we could head up there. But I wanted to show you this.
Someone else from work actually mentioned it, and they went there and they said, and it was someone from work that I just kind of like know in passing. And it's like, why is this guy, sending me an email? And he's like, man, you got to go check out this bar I went to. And he took pictures and stuff. And he goes,
look at the outside. I mean, look at
it looks amazing. It definitely looks like my kind of place to get drunk.
I think they need to be a sponsor of the book. I think this is perfect for them.
Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, he said the artwork inside, everything was just wonderful. So
let's see. They have the chai mix. Let's see. I'm trying to find. Oh, this was when they were doing construction, but like they have old books. And other things, but anyways, it looks like a really cool place.
It looks amazing.
There's even a TARDIS. There's a TARDIS in there.
Yeah, another thing I would really
Santa
be looking.
Goes there.
Santa digs Poe, of course.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, not sure what that is. What is that from? Is that from a movie?
Oh, is that I should know what that is.
Oh, I don't know.
God.
I was saying, it looks like a ghoulie or something.
I don't know. I think you might be right. Where he's sticking out of the toilet? Is that the?
That's what I'm thinking of. They put Poe's head on this guy. But anyways, it looks like a fun place, so might be worth the adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Brett's good friend runs the Poe Convention in Baltimore.
Enrica, yes, over there.
Enrica.
She's a curator of the museum, the Poe Museum right now, or at least she was. I hope she still is.
Yeah, so that's usually in October in Baltimore, so that's something that definitely might be on the agenda this year. That'd be a good awesome one. Yeah, I'd want to go just to go for me. So, I mean, again, Baltimore is fun. It's a good road trip. At least I don't know what's happening.
Did it play? I didn't hear it.
Yeah, listen. Here we go. Listen. Did you hear it?
No.
Oh, I got it. It's not putting the sound through. Bastard. I'm playing those links, so I have to figure out a way to do that. I have to probably create a video file of just her audio.
Probably, yeah. We could find an image of her to play with it.
Yeah, that's what I wish that we could do on StreamYard. So if they're listening, we wanted to be able to do audio.
Yeah, we got to add them to our stream so we can, share the T-24 news and what they're doing, their adventures, and.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hopefully they're getting that back out there here shortly and start back to reality or normal activities, I guess. So, but for them, I mean, it's gotta be brutal. I mean, what they did 20 some shows a year, 25 shows a year at least, I'm sure.
They were doing about 25 to 30 this last couple full years just because they went full time, and so it's definitely a lot, and that's a lot of lost income because I know they've been doing a lot of stuff online. I know people have been buying. I've bought. I know other people bought from them. We try to support them through other means of having custom shirts made. But you can only do so much, and you gotta get back out there where people can see these great new designs they got. So,
yep.
Yeah, they did the Poe shirts. That's one of
the Crimson Shadow shirts too.
Yeah,
our Odd Musing shirts.
Yeah, they did my family vacation shirts when we went to our Universal last time.
Nice.
So, yeah, they do great stuff. So hopefully, I'm just looking forward to getting back out there, and not only for conventions and get to see everybody and show off our work, but to see our friends and see just you forget over 5 or 6 years how close you get to some friends, and you realize, oh yeah, he lives in Seattle, or oh yeah, she's in Las Vegas, and
I know
you're not going to bump into them, so and you're used to seeing them. And, hey, you forget they live in Las Vegas because you always see them in Tampa. You always see them in Ohio and or Las Vegas, or, wherever you're at. You get used to seeing the people, and that's just normal. And, even for us, we're not that far away, but it's still, we're not a hop, skip, and a jump from each other either. So,
right. Full show. All right,
if we were a little close,
money. Make it rain. We need more money.
Yes.
More money. More money. More money.
More money. More money.
More money. More problems.
That's right.
Let me get the screen ready, and we'll see where we're at.
Well, let's do the final run through here. We only have a couple minutes left.
Nobody's taking advantage yet. So if somebody wants to take advantage of this free sketch, you got like 8 minutes.
That's right. 8 minutes to get a free sketch of a Poe character. Let's see, where are we at here? We got some great rewards left though. For $20, for $10, you can get issue 2's Kickstarter cover. That's a limited edition there. Yeah. Right. So that's a limited.
Yep.
Just $10. That's a great buy. $16, you get the Kickstarter and regular cover, so you get both of those issues. $20, you get all 4 signatures on the issue 2 Kickstarter cover.
Yeah, that was actually one I thought would be, for me, that would be the first thing I would buy. Right. And again, for us, we realize what it actually takes just to get 4 signatures, especially with no conventions. So
right,
so
right. So you got the signatures are Kevin Miner himself, the great Brett Pinson, Sean Forney, and Jay Fife, all contributors to this book.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll scribble on the book for you.
That's limited to 20.
Yep.
Let's see here.
We have 16 left of the issue 1 and 2 Kickstarter covers.
Yep, only $20.
Which I honestly don't have that many of the issue 1 Kickstarter covers left. So now, after those are gone, all I'll have will be the regular covers. I'll still have the regular covers, but the Kickstarter covers are almost gone.
Yeah, and the ultra limited Kickstarter covers for $25. There's only 6 left of that reward. So you want to get a move on that if that's the one you were wanting.
Yeah, that one went that one did really well too. After the red metal, then everyone went to that one. So I see that one being the next one that's gone.
I think so. Yeah. You can get all 3 cardstock covers for $35. Only 7 left of those. The Bardstone collection. We got 3 left of those. That's a really good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the way to get a little that gets you everything. So if you're new to to our books, this is a great way to jump on and get everything.
Let's see, you got the retail package, and for $70, Kevin gives you a good package.
That's right. That's right.
It's his biggest package yet.
That's right. That's right.
Well, there's one left of those. One left of those $70 retail packs.
Oh, I do love for $75, you can get the Draw For Me, Big Man.
That's right.
And that's, if you like, you miss getting original art, original commissions at conventions, here you go. $75 is a great price. It's a 9x12 original drawing of any one character you would like. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Or a loved one, or a hated one, whatever, whatever you want.
yeah. So that's a great price, $75.
Yeah.
You know, original
That's
artwork.
our highest one available right now, because all the other ones have gone. We've gone through the early bird as well as the four covers, including metal. So,
And on top of getting the original art for 9x12 artwork by Kevin, you're also still getting the issue number 2 exclusive cover, the digital edition of issue 2, plus the commission. So,
Right.
yeah.
Yep. James says right.
That's right.
James
James is right.
Well, we want to have the new artist alley become the old artist alley, and we're back to the old artist alley being the new artist alley.
Yep.
Supplemental artist alley is what we want this to be.
Yeah.
The online, but yeah, it really is the closest thing we have, and it is great. It's easy to go down the rabbit hole for an hour just looking at all the different projects that are out there. Not only just in comics, but there's some amazing stuff on Kickstarter. It's really impressive, actually. I don't even do half this stuff, and I'm like, I'd buy that role playing game. Whereas like, you never play role playing games. I'm like, but look at it, it's cool, Buy, you just.
Well, they got a new one. I saw they're doing a Batman Returns game based on the Frank Miller, and it's actually it's a tabletop game, but you can play it solo.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And it sounds really. I've been watching. I was like, okay, this is for $100, and it's like it's got all the figures, stuff like that, and the way they have it set up, things change in how you go through it, so it has replayability. So it's not just a step by step the exact same way every time. So
yeah, the kids and I I bought the Umbrella Academy because I saw it on there and I completely forgot, and it just showed up, and it was like, a present from past Kevin to future Kevin, which was great. But it's just it's wonderful. It's a unique take. It's the characters, and it's retelling some of the stories, and it's a blast. We also bought the Universal Monsters board game, and the kids and I broke that out a couple weeks ago, and that was fun. Yeah, you guys will have to play that when you guys are down with the kids, and it's a wonderful game. And like Scott said, the story for each of the characters is the original story. So you're not trying to kill Frankenstein. You're trying to rationalize with him and make him understand that he's human and he's good. You try to kill Dracula. You try to cure the Wolfman. So it's interesting. You try to capture the Invisible Man because he's a criminal. He's just invisible. There's nothing really. So it's fun, but the idea that these things are all starting off in Kickstarter because the ideas are great, but you can't easily go out there and get the funding you need directly from a big company. So Kickstarter is the way, not only for comics but for other things. This is how they're able to get product out there, and there's amazing stuff that starts off on Kickstarter. Movies, games, inventions, and it's just a wonderful atmosphere for comics and everything else. So they've been really good to me. They've been good to Bardstone. Kickstarter is just a great avenue, and I'm glad it's here, especially for the last year we've had.
Yep,
I agree.
Well, cool. We got like 1 minute left. See if anybody jumps on for the special. But it's been great that we got 48 backers already.
Yeah,
we're already over the goal, so it's a funded project. And looking forward to seeing us hit some stretch goals this next week.
But just because we hit our goal doesn't mean we don't want more.
Yeah.
That's right.
But in all seriousness, the more backers we have, the that money we're rolling over, any overages, which we're not getting wealthy off this, but any overages we have helps fund the next issue. It helps us hire. We're not just taking the money; we're reinvesting it into other artists as well. We're hiring people to do our cover art. We're hiring people to do our colors, our pencils. We're really, this is more than just about us. It's about creating something that's really bigger than us. And that's a real goal in this. So, and every backer who pledges anything, any amount, is helping. Each dollar is a brick in that new kingdom we are trying to create, and we want to just keep growing it.
Yeah,
fantastic. So, hey, join us again next week. You can see us at Odd Music's 10 a.m. on Wednesday, and then back here 7 p.m. to give a wrap up of this next week of Kickstarter. So, until then, I guess we'll see everybody later.